What's happening, everyone? If you don't know who I am, I've been selling for over 5 years on Amazon now. I've been doing this content on YouTube for pretty much the same amount of time. I documented it right from the start. Have a look at my oldest videos if you're interested in me looking young and naive. And also, I've created over 150 bundles in that time. I don't have any education to sell you or anything like that. The only person I would ever recommend for that stuff is Natalie, who has the Hive. You can check that out below if you want. 50% discount code as well. Whatever. That's the only sort of educational place that I go to for that. But I haven't got anything to sell you. I haven't got any of my own courses or anything like that. This video, I want to talk to you exactly about the risks of selling bundles on Amazon, because I think some people think that it's like the holy grail. It's easy, whatever. You can just multi-pack some things together and you can get going. It's not always as simple as that. So I want to talk to you about the realities of doing it from someone that has been doing it for many years now and has launched 100, 150 bundles, probably 150, I don't know, something like that on Amazon. So I've been doing that. I've sold over 1.5 million. I sell in 2 marketplaces. I also own an Amazon PPC ads agency as well, where we manage sellers PPC that are doing bundles and private label and arbitrage. So I've got a very versed experience on this front. So let's dive straight into it, guys. So there's a few different risks when you're doing bundles on Amazon. Now, the first risk is the brands, right? So if you're bundling together brands, now once again, this is a lot of the time where people that have just discovered bundles are like doing their own courses on it and stuff like that, which is fine, but a lot of them are not doing it properly. Like when I say someone like Natalie and the Hive and things that, you know, I just told you about, she updates things and, like, you know, she knows this knowledge and she makes sure she gives the exact correct information, where a lot of people don't have a clue what they're doing and they sell you a course on just bundling together a couple of packs of Skittles and not doing any sort of protection for that brand when you're bundling it together, and then people getting their accounts suspended, especially in the USA at the moment. So this risk is real, guys, and you know, you've got to be careful of these people that are just telling you to bundle stuff together and trying to charge you $5,000 for these random courses when they don't really know what they're talking about. So one of the major risks is the brands, right? So when you have a bundle listing, it doesn't and that's under your own brand, right? It doesn't instantly mean that you have somehow avoided all these IP violations that you could potentially get on online arbitrage or wholesale products. They're still very much real, right? If the aforementioned Skittles brand, for example, I know Skittles has known the brand, but let's say that they do. If Skittles is a brand and then you bundle together a pack of 2 Skittles, for example, and there's previously been IP complaints from Skittles, that doesn't mean you've avoided that. That means that bundle is actually quite at high risk, right? And the way that you title the bundle, the things that you include in the bundle are going to have a very adverse effect on how well you're going to be able to sell that bundle, right? The way that you write the title, which a lot of people don't know, the way that you write the title, the way that you write the bullet points, the way that you do the pictures, and the products that you bundle with it are going to have a direct adverse impact on whether you're going to be able to sell that in an okay way on Amazon. You've got brands that will go after you personally, and then you've got Amazon, and you've got the bots on Amazon. So like both of these you've got to watch out for, right? Now, I wouldn't recommend bundling together products under your own brand that are clearly not your own brand, right? That's probably got a shelf life on it, and there's probably not going to be too long, maybe 2-3 years max, until you're not going to be able to do that, right? What I recommend, and what I only recommend, is you doing bundles where you're actually adding a complementary item to it and actually explaining to the customer and explaining to the Amazon bots the extra item that you've added to it, and actually doing a proper value add. And when you're doing bundles on Amazon, you need to make sure that they're in direct correlation with the bundles terms of service, right? There's nothing wrong with doing bundles on Amazon. You can legally do them in the world of Amazon, but people are doing them wrong, right? People are ignoring that completely and just bundling together a couple of items that are nothing to do with their brand whatsoever. Of course there's going to be issues with that, you know, potential issues with that later on, right? This is not eBay land where anything goes, you know. It's like eBay's a bit of a nomad land. Amazon's not like that. As I say, you've got the bots that could come after you, and you've got the brands that could come after you, right? So that's kind of the first thing, right? The first risk with bundles is that. So you've got to know what you're doing. And once again, the community that I am part of, Natalie's community, the Hive that I just mentioned below, that's what's covered in there a lot as well, right? So just all the info stuff to prevent you getting suspended, which is the most important thing. And a lot of people are not doing this, guys. So that's like the first thing. The second risk that you need to look at with bundles is actually the risk of your time, right? Now, people think, once again, that you can jump into bundles, you can start launching them, and everyone's having success doing it, and you can just launch whatever you want, it's going to sell. Well, actually, that's not the case. And actually, there's more competition coming into the market at all times. So the risk of you wasting your time and launching a load of products that don't work and risking your finances is very real. Therefore, you need to make sure you're getting the right training. You need to make sure you understand how to create these products properly and effectively. And the ways that you do that are as followed. When you're training, getting my head muddled up now. When you are launching products, right, people are making the mistake of just looking at a product, as I say, having high-risk products by using the IP issues that I said before, and that's their risk, and that's totally fine if you want to do that. But then they're bundling together these products, not doing any keyword research for the title, not doing the title correctly, not doing very good images or anything like that, not doing the back-end keywords, not doing the listing properly, and then they wonder why they don't get sales. Well, the thing is with bundles is that you need to do adverse research, right? You need to research into your keywords. Have you got enough keywords that have got enough demand? That's number one. Number two is what people don't cover is the actual reality of the of them keywords and how specific they are, right? People are not using keywords that are specific. People are not using keywords that are 100% relevant, and you've got to be relevant. Right, you've got to be relevant. If someone's looking for a webcam for YouTube, they're not looking for any old webcam. They're looking for a webcam for YouTube. And the closer your title is to that, and the closer your product images relay that back to the customer, the more sales you're going to get, right? I think a lot of people are wasting a lot of money in PPC, which I've seen in the past. A lot of people are wasting a lot of time and finances launching products. Keywords that just aren't relevant. They haven't done their research. So if you look at where your actual relevant keywords are, that's where you need to look at. What's hyper relevant keywords? Not just relevant, not just teapot, but like, you know, British teapot, for example. If you're selling teapots, if someone's looking for a British teapot, it should probably have a British flag on it, or it should probably be made in Britain or something like that, right? Otherwise, you're probably not that relevant. You might be a little bit relevant. And when you're a little bit relevant and not hyper relevant, it means you spend more on ads and your conversions are lower. So that's it. Your pictures as well. A lot of people are not spending enough time on their pictures, right? A risk of not getting sales, really, really high risk of not getting sales on bundles is not having good pictures. You need really good pictures. You need really good listings. You can use ChatGPT these days for listings, but you know, people are typing in, not even checking their listings. What's it saying? Does it make sense? Right? Have you stuffed all of your keywords into that listing? Have you stuffed them all into the description? Have you put them all in the back-end keywords? Have you made sure your listing isn't suppressed? Make sure you haven't got any brands in the back-end keywords. Make sure your image isn't too large and exposed, therefore it suppressed your listing. Is there too many keywords in your title? Is there too many digits in your title? You know, you need to be careful of all this stuff, guys, because this is a major risk of bundles. We're just risking the amount of money that you're spending to launch these bundles and not doing enough research beforehand. Guys, I hope that video's helped. These are my two main points, the main risks. So you've got the IPs, right? So the more unique the item, the better, right? The more unique, the better. And then the deep research and the know-how in making sure that these products are launched well with the most possible chance of working. Otherwise, you're just wasting money. They're the two major risks that I see with bundles in the UK. But other than that, it's a great opportunity. Not just the UK, Europe, USA, you could do bundles as well. I hope that video's helped. As I say, if you want to check out the Hive, which is not my training, but it's the one that I would only recommend, there's a 50% off coupon below. Type in capitals Hayden, I think. Hayden. See you soon.